Welcome to FIU Football Weekly for Week 3. Panthers coming off a 39-14 win against NC Central. Pete Pelegrin again with you with Coach Ron Turner. And Coach, guys got done what you needed to do against NC Central and now focused on the conference opener.
Yeah, exactly right. You know, we went out there to win the game, and that's what we did. And I liked the way we came out. We came out strong. We got the ball on offense to start out. Had put a nice drive together. Had to settle for a field goal, but we drove it and got some points. Defense came out, got a 3-and-out, stopped them, got the ball back, drove it down again. So we started out really strong. I think we hit a little bit of lull in the second half where we maybe lost a little bit of focus, lost a little bit of our edge, kind of gave them a chance to get back in the game. You know, we threw a pick six, and then they drove down right in the 2-minute drill to score. Had some life going into halftime, but we came out and took that life out of them with a great stop defensively, sack, fumble, good field position. Offense went down and scored, and I think from there it was over.
You joked off camera that you would like a little bit better balance on offense. 248 rushing yards, 242 passing yards. 6 more yards.
Yeah, we'll work on that to get that more balance, to get that even. No, but that's what you want. That's what you want to do. You know, our style is we want to run the ball. We want to throw it. We're not going to rely on either one. Some games you have to more than the others, but we want to have that kind of balance. And the good thing is we have a lot of different guys making plays in the run game and in the pass game. We played a lot of people in this game, especially early. And, a lot of guys contributed, and that's what you want.
Good to see Jonnu get involved again after, UCF and Indiana kind of focused on him. Led the team with 6 catches, 42 yards, and Griner continues his strong start, 5 for 55.
Yeah, those guys are both very good players, and we've got good tight ends. We want to get them involved. The first couple of weeks, they were doing things to take away the tight end, so Dennis Turner and T.O. stepped up. Thomas Owens stepped up and made some plays, so now they had to play a more balanced attack defensively, and that opened up the tight ends.
Well, let's go look at the highlights from Saturday. Panthers' first ever meeting with NC Central, and the home opener for 2015, Alex Magoo. Pretty good running by the quarterback.
He did a nice job. Yeah, I think he had 80 yards rushing. That was a zone read. His read told him to keep the ball. He did. He pulled it, kept it, and picked up a nice gain.
FIU with the early 3-0 lead after the Taylor field goal. And here comes the defense. Denzel Perine, 1 of 2 sacks on the night.
Yeah, our defense does a nice job getting after people, playing fast. Denzel's been playing really, really well for us, as have the other guys. They forced him back into him. We got a sack. It was kind of a team sack.
Going early to Jonnu Smith, and this is one of his 6 catches on the day.
Yeah, we always try to get Jonnu involved. He's one of our best players. We're going to find ways to get him the ball, and he always steps up, and he did a nice job there.
And here Alex doesn't find anything downfield, takes off for a 27-yard run.
It's a nice scramble by him. Again, he was very decisive. He made a quick decision, pulled the ball down, and took off.
Another Taylor field goal, 6-0 early lead for FIU. And the defense just didn't let NC Central get anything going most of the night.
No, you can see right there they were penetrating in the backfield all night and, using our speed to our advantage.
Here's one of the big plays that we were talking about. Dennis Turner, 64-yard touchdown.
Yeah, we had 13 big plays, what we consider big plays in a run and passing game for 275 yards. And that's something that, we've done all in the offseason, spring ball and camp. And so far through 3 games, we've been able to make some big plays there. So it's nice to see.
FIU defense only gave up 1 touchdown in this game. Again, a lot of pressure on NC Central. In fact, they had to switch quarterbacks.
Yeah, they switched quarterbacks, and it kind of gave him a little bit of spark in the second quarter when he came in and drove him down for that 1 touchdown, but our defense responded.
This is the first touchdown for NC Central. What did Alex see there?
Yeah, Alex played really well, but that was a poor decision. Kind of forced one in there. I think he predetermined where he was going with the ball and stared it down, which he can't do, and the DB made a nice play.
First touchdown of the season for Jonnu Smith, 10-yard, hopefully the first of many to come.
Yeah, that was good to see, to get him the ball, and Alex did a nice job, again, being very decisive. Good play there by Nico, anticipating and making the pick.
And here's something special, Anthony Jones, his first touchdown of his college career.
Yep, he did a nice job on that. We've been trying to get him more involved, and we put him in at the running back spot, and we're determined to get him some carries, and he responded.
NC Central went to kind of a hurry-up right before halftime, and this is their only touchdown of the game right there.
Yeah, that was, as I said, that's where we let up a little bit. I think that quarterback gave them a spark, and give them some credit. They made some plays. Now they're throwing the end zone here after the onside kick that we did not execute very well, and they recovered it. But we came out in the second half and responded.
Anthony went with the pick back there, and here's T.O., his 1 catch, nice catch, and here's his touchdown.
Yeah, that was a nice job there. We checked to that play. We had a run-pass check. He checked to it and threw a nice ball, and T.O. did the rest.
Panthers will keep it going, and Magoo here is going to find Joakim Greiner. Nice catch in traffic by Joakim.
Yeah, it was a good anticipation by Alex. Good route by Greiner and good concentration on the 3rd and 9, I believe that was.
You know, I've always said it. Alex Gardner, I think, plays bigger than his size.
Yeah, he does. He's very instinctive. Got a good feel, good vision. Did a nice job there. He's tough to bring down. Nice job bouncing off and making a play there.
Yeah, that spin move, Barry Sanders-esque, I would say. With
yeah,
that spin.
Exactly right. Good play.
And then the 1-yard touchdown run by Gardner, and FIU in a route. And we'll see in the next highlight here, it's good to have this guy back, Jordan Davis, with the interception.
Yeah, it was good to have him back. He missed the first 2 games, and he responded and played well for us. He's a very physical player, but he also showed right there that he has good coverage skills as well.
Ironically, the official there signaled touchdown when Jordan Davis got the interception, but eventually corrected by the other officials.
Yeah, I saw that, and I thought it was an interception, and I was on the sideline. Sometimes hard to see. I saw her put her hands up for touchdown. I'm like, what? I thought we had it. It was kind of weird.
Well, we'll step aside for a second, come back, and look at Louisiana Tech when we return on FIU Football Weekly.
At Conference USA,
Let's be the definition of a good sport.
conduct and attitude.
Considered as befitting
Participants in sports.
especially fair play,
Courtesy, striving, spirit.
Conference USA
has a history of good sportsmanship.
Enjoy the game.
and be our next good sport.
On and off the field.
Welcome back to FIU Football Weekly. Michael Wakefield joins me this week. And Mike, pretty good defensive effort last Saturday. You guys held NC Central. I know it's an FCS team, but you still got to play defense. You held them to 209 total yards. Talk a little bit about the defensive performance.
Defense came out. We played well. We knew they was going to try to run screens and draws the whole game, but we focused on that, and we pretty much stopped the run game. So they tried to start throwing the ball, and we played pretty good defense.
Yeah, you guys held probably their best offensive player, Darrell McClain, to 38 yards rushing. Pretty much shut them down, and you made them change quarterbacks in the middle of the second quarter.
Yeah, we were just focusing on our keys, executing our things we had to do, and we pretty much stopped the run.
Your defense has pretty much been as advertised through the first 3 weeks. UCF, Indiana, and NC Central just gave up one touchdown last week. That was right before halftime. What happened? Did they go hurry up on you guys, or what was it?
Yeah, they went hurry up during that drive. I feel like the defense wasn't – like we lost focus. So, during that drive we lost focus, and we weren't executing the details that we usually do. We lost focus on what we do. So after that drive, we went into halftime and came back out, and we got back on track.
Yeah, they didn't score the rest of the game.
Yeah.
But now this is a different animal that you're going to see on Saturday, not because you're going from an Eagle to a Bulldog, but the offense of Louisiana Tech has a great quarterback, great running back, great receiver. Talk a little bit about what you guys are going to face this Saturday.
Yeah, they quarterback, he runs the show pretty well. He's a great player. They have a great scheme offensively. But other than that, we're just going to play our best defense and focus on the small details.
You guys faced their running back, Kenneth Dixon, 2 years ago. Obviously, it's a different FIU defense in 2015 than it was in 2013.
Yeah.
Dixon ran for 119 yards in 2013 against FIU. Can you take anything from that game? Because there are still some players on the FIU defense that played in that game, such as you.
I mean, we had some great players that year, but I feel like our team has grown a whole lot from 2013. I feel like our D-line has grown much better. My linebackers, we have grown. So I feel like we're gonna do pretty good against their running back, the run.
Well, that's Michael Wakefield. He keeps the streak alive of guests having to do their take in one take, their interview in one take. So good job, Michael Wakefield. We'll step aside for a moment and come back with FIU Football Weekly as Coach Ron Turner will break down the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs.
Conference USA has a history of greats. Be the next great.
Be the next leader in your community. The next friend to a teammate.
The next academic All-American.
Be the next role model for young student athletes.
The next Nobel Peace Prize winner.
Be the next movie star.
The next doctor to change the world of medicine.
Be the next advocate to help sack hunger.
Be the next to stand up against violence and sexual assault.
The next captain to lead your team to victory.
Be the next great in CUSA history.
Be the next.
Welcome back to FIU Football Weekly. Panthers with the Conference USA opener this week. Louisiana Tech is the opponent in Ruston, Louisiana. First time that FIU will be headed to Ruston, Louisiana. And Coach, before we get to them, some ties here in Louisiana Tech. Your wife Wendy is an alum, brother-in-law Alan, and your nephew. I would imagine they're all wearing blue and gold on Saturday.
Yeah, they'll be there. They're going to be at the game, and they'll be rooting for the Panthers. She's a very proud alum of La Tech and was very active while she was there in the sorority and everything else, but she will be cheering very hard against them this Saturday.
Well, to leave Louisiana Tech down, FIU is going to have to contend with a very good offense in the Bulldog attack. Everywhere you look, you got Jeff Driscoll, a really good quarterback, Kenneth Dixon, the running back who ran for 119 yards against FIU 2 years ago. Obviously, it's not the same FIU team. And Trent Taylor, who also played, put up 148 yards last week. They lost their longest game ever in program history last week, a 3-overtime loss to K-State, 39-33. What have you seen from Louisiana Tech?
Well, not only are they really good on offense, they're really good on defense. They've got an outstanding team. They really do. They're one of the favorites, going into the season to win the conference, and you can see why. I mean, offensively, you talked about they're very explosive. The running back Dixon's as good as there is in our conference. Driscoll, outstanding. Quick release, can hurt you with his feet as well. Very decisive, really, really good player. And Taylor stepped up and averaging about 119 yards per game. They're averaging over 44 points and over 500 yards per game, so against good opponents. So they're very difficult to stop. And then defensively, they're stout. They got 2 inside tackles that are really good players. All their secondaries back from a year ago. So they're a very good team. I really don't see any weaknesses.
Would you say this may be the best challenge for your defense in the early season right now from the team, from the other games that you've played?
Yeah, I think so. Indiana was a big challenge, too. I mean, they're very good on offense as well. They have a lot of the same situation, good running back, good receivers, quarterback. So, but, I think it probably is.
Defensively, obviously we're not getting too much into detail, but what have you seen from them defensively? They have Nick Thompson, who leads them with a couple of sacks, and Vontarius Dora.
Yeah, they're good. Again, they've got two big physical guys inside. Both defensive tackles, all their secondaries back. They'll play a lot. They'll do a good job of mixing their coverages. Play a lot of man. They're not afraid to come up play man coverage, yet they'll drop off in zone as well. A lot of pressure. They like to give you different looks, try to cause confusion, and they'll bring pressure from everywhere. So, it's a lot of different looks, a lot of different things, and a lot of good players doing it.
Kickoffs at 1:30. First day game of the year. I mean, I know we're only week 4, but I mean, what kind of adjustments do you have to make after having played 3 night games to a 1:30 local time start, 2:30 here in Miami?
Yeah, just schedule change and all that to make sure they're getting enough rest, hydrating, and doing all the things necessary. I love day games. The earlier the better. I love the day games, and I think our guys will be ready. We'll get in there, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock the day before, so have plenty of time to rest, get our meetings Friday night, and then, wake up ready to go.
Take a quick time out, and we'll have a look back at FIU football history, and as usual, the weekly Q&A with Coach Ron Turner from Twitter.
Hey FIU fans, hope you're enjoying the game.
Join Maddie and I each week along with Ron Thulin for the Conference USA Showcase, highlighting all teams in Conference USA as well as your Panthers.
That's right, a new show premieres each week, so check your local listings Wednesday through Saturday for all the latest news, highlights, and features surrounding all things Conference USA.
This week's look back at FIU football history takes the Panthers to the state of Louisiana, a state that they'll hold near and dear to their heart in this program's history. It's the first time that FIU beat a Division I team was in the state of Louisiana back in 2005 when the Panthers defeated Louisiana Monroe 31-29. It was also FIU's first Sun Belt Conference win. Nick Turnbull's 73-yard fumble return gave FIU a 2-touchdown lead, and from there Josh Padrick threw 3 touchdown passes, one to Corey McKinney, the other one to Chandler Williams, to get the FIU offense going. And ironically enough, it was one of the few times that FIU used the shotgun back then in this game that the Panthers won 31-29. and FIU had to hold off ULM at the last second. Reagan Walters' 35-yard field goal goes wide right with 12 seconds to play to clinch the FIU win. Welcome back to FIU Football Weekly. Weekly Q&A with Coach Ron Turner. If you want to ask Coach a question, you could tweet me at Pete Pelegrin, and we'll get that question to Coach for next week's show. Coach, first question. Bernan from Kendall wants to know, well, first he says, we saw a new starting offensive line last week. How close are you to determining a consistent starting offensive line?
Well, hopefully we can do that. We've had some injuries, so that's caused some changes in there. We had one of our left tackle last week, Diego Joseph, was late to a meeting on Tuesday, so he didn't start. He's normally our starter. He should be back in there this week. So we've had some things like that we got to get solidified. But the good news is it's allowed us to play a lot of different people, and a lot of them have stepped up. Edenson, he stepped in this week and played really well. Played really well. He started at the left tackle, ended up playing some right tackle, and we were pleased with the way he stepped up and played. So that's experience, for to add to the depth.
You also got Kai Abshir some playing time at left guard, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Yeah, he was hurt, the first couple of weeks, and he didn't start, but he went in and played some left guard and did a nice job.
Ed from Boca Raton, this is FAU country, but I guess he's an FIU fan, wants to know the status of Wilkinson Mertiel and your thought on the play of the safeties last Saturday.
Yeah. Well, Wilkinson, it was out on the field, laying out for a while. It was a scary situation. He had a concussion. He was out, so he's probably doubtful for this week. We're going to see how he responds in the next couple of days. He came in Sunday and looked really good, responded really well, and so he's going to be okay. It's just a matter it's going to take some time. I don't know if that's days or maybe a couple weeks, but we were pleased with the way the safeties plays. Nico Gonzalez played well. He went out with the shoulder. I think he should be fine and be ready to come back. And Jordan Davis stepped in and played well. And Tyree Johnson got some of his first reps and extensive playing time and did some good things. Whenever he had an opportunity to make a tackle, he did. He also made some mistakes that you might expect from a new guy that we got to get cleaned up.
Tyree led the team in tackles Saturday, believe it or not, 7 tackles. So I saw that. Wow. He played a pretty good game.
Exactly.
Franco from Miami wants to know, in terms of this team's mentality, what's the biggest difference from last year to this year?
Franco, that's real easy. One word: confidence. That's simple. Confidence. And, I'll say togetherness. We're more together as a team, but really and that has to do with confidence. Boils down to confidence.
Well, that'll do it for FIU Football Weekly here for Week 3. We'll be back next week to look back at Louisiana Tech and then get you ready for the University of Massachusetts and FIU's trip up there. For Coach Ron Turner, this is Pete Pelegrin wishing you a good week.